Hey, Cryptonauts, welcome back to another episode, the special episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I'm your host, Jake Jabarelli, with co-host, Blockchain John, and we're going to be talking about the ETH merge and ETH merge stuff, but there will be more ETH merge stuff coming on when the ETH merge actually happens soon, later this evening. It is September 14th, 2022, Wednesday, episode 441. And we are talking about we're going to lead off with the price of crypto and the dominance.
Sure.
Currently, Bitcoin dominance is 37.2% and ETH is 18.8%, so still slightly under 40% for Bitcoin and slightly under 20% for ETH. The price of Bitcoin did drop a bit down to just sub 20K, but it's up a little bit right now. And Ethereum has kind of been leveled off in the last 24 hours, and it went up 2.5%. But it's been kind of level. People are, with bated breath, waiting in anticipation of what's going to happen next. So let's get on to the news, because that's what we're here for. John, you want to lead us off
really
with...
quick, the ETH merge, the countdown. There is
I don't have it.
approximately 4 hours and 40 minutes remaining until ETH merges to proof of stake.
ETH merge.
So hang out with us or watch our next episode. We'll be live on Twitter Spaces, recording that whole thing.
Yep, 4 hours and 40 minutes. So, you want to lead off the news, or you want me to lead off?
I got it. Let's go with Decrypt.co, written by Matt DeSalvo. I thought it was Matthew. Wasn't it Matthew DeSalvo?
Oh, maybe. Maybe he went to Matt.
Matt. Ooh, fancy. Major Ethereum mining pool will back ETHW mining. A number of big Ethereum mining pools are expected to support Ethereum POW following the merge, the new assets developers confirmed today. According to a series of tweets from the ETHW account, major pools such as F2 Pool, Poolin, and BTC.com will support ETHW mining, which is expected to commence following a planned hard fork. A few hours later, Nanopool also announced that it would also participate. Mining pools are groups of crypto miners who share their resources so that other miners can work with them and have a better chance of processing a transaction and thus sharing in the spoils. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, is moving over to proof of stake in a long anticipated transition known as the merge. This will eliminate the need for miners as validators, will replace them in keeping the network secure and process transactions.
Secure.
It is hoped.
Sorry.
Yeah. It is hoped the move will make the network greener. Proof-of-work blockchains like Bitcoin are notoriously energy-intensive. A proof-of-stake consensus mechanism eliminates the need for industrial operations that use lots of electricity to keep the network running. But prominent Chinese miner Chandler Guo last month launched a campaign to oppose the merge because those who previously mined Ethereum could potentially be left with useless rigs. To save these operations, Guo and other developers proposed a new cryptocurrency via a hard fork, which would still use proof-of-work mining, and today's news confirmed there is a wider support for the move. In addition to the major mining pools, F2 Pool, Poolin, BTC.com, etc., that have confirmed their support for ETHW mining, some new pools are also doing mining tests based on data from our testnet, today's tweet said. It added that ETHW community had also partnered with backup mining pool ETHW Mine. Meanwhile, a number of major exchanges, including Coinbase and Binance, have said they would not rule out listing ETHW. Of course, as long as it makes them a little bit of money, that's all they care about, right?
Exactly. This is the thing. The irony with this is that, the Ethereum Foundation has been talking about this move for over 3 years now, and the idea was, to reduce the power usage, except the public doesn't want that. So it's like, well, you got this centralized entity over here who wants to move to centralized Ethereum, and everyone's just like, nope, we want to keep mining.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm not saying Ethereum Foundation hasn't spent money on making their own, probably has their own machines, but at the same time, it's like, you're just a few people. If you want to just have your own thing over there and just do it by yourself, fine. But, everybody else bought this hardware thinking they continue to do it, and they're going to continue to try to do it.
Yeah. It's been obvious in the past 24 hours, we've noticed there's been a lot of migration, obviously, off of Ethereum because they can no longer mine it. And a lot of other networks out there have grown exponentially.
Well, I don't know exponentially, but they have certainly grown a lot. We've seen as much as 5x for any one other pool. but nothing like exponential in the sense of like 20x or 50x or something. So
I would like 5x, 20x, 50x. If you guys are interested, you guys can also donate to our coin tree. List in the description below.
all right, continuing on with news also from Decrypt by Andrew Hayward. Biggo sues Novogratz Galaxy Digital for $100 million after scrapped acquisition. Digital asset custodian Biggo has filed a lawsuit against crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital, following through on its announcement plan to seek more than $100 million in damages after Galaxy pulled out of its planned acquisition of the company. Biggo filed the suit late Monday. The company tweeted this morning. The firm previously stated in August that it would do just that. Shortly after Galaxy Digital axed the deal, citing Biggo's failure to deliver by July 31st, 2022, audited financial statements for 2021 that comply with the requirement for our agreement. Late yesterday, Biggo filed a lawsuit against Galaxy Digital seeking, this is a quote by the way, seeking damages of more than $100 million rising from Galaxy's improper repudiation and intentional breach of its merger agreement with Biggo, the firm tweeted today. Biggo said that it filed the lawsuit in Delaware Chancery Court. The attorney, Brian Timmons, I don't really care about these details. Galaxy Digital announced plans to acquire Biggo in May of 2020 of a $1.2 billion deal consisting of cash and stock. However, the deal still hadn't closed more than a year later, prompting questions ahead of Galaxy's mid-August announcement about terminating the deal. Biggo claimed that Galaxy Digital owed a $100 million termination fee, while Galaxy Digital said that it would not incur a fee by pulling out of the deal. Ha ha. Anyways, Galaxy Digital, which was founded by billionaire Mike Novogratz, recently posted a $500 million loss in Q2 of 2022, which was announced 1 week before the firm terminated the Biggo acquisition. There is usually a fee in that explicitly while we're watching Elon Musk trying to get out of his deal with the $44 billion purchase of Twitter. Yeah. I think it was a $1 or $4 billion fee for not going through with it. It might be $1 billion, but it's kind of like if you make this move and try to do this thing and then don't do it, you've in essence irreparably harmed the company because you've made this change that everyone else was expecting, and now it's not going to happen. Yep. And so it's like, well, you need a little bit of a pinch, just a little. It's like a restocking fee.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
Okay, let's head on to the third news of the day. Once again from Decrypt.co, written by Andrew Hayward. Starbucks taps Ethereum scaling network Polygon for NFT rewards. Would you like an NFT with your latte? Starbucks today announced that it plans to offer its customers NFT rewards through Polygon, an Ethereum scaling network. The NFTs will unlock access to things like merchandise and events. The Starbucks Odyssey program, which will launch later this year, will let both customers and employees in the United States earn digital stamps as rewards, as well as purchase and trade limited edition digital stamps. Each stamp will be minted as an NFT or a blockchain token that represents ownership for things like digital collectibles and artwork. The initiative is billed as an extension of the existing Starbucks Rewards program and will let customers earn Journey Stamps, NFTs, by completing challenges and playing interactive games through the Coffee Chains app. Meanwhile, the limited edition NFT stamps will be sold by the company and can be purchased with credit cards. Cryptocurrencies won't be required to claim an ownership stake in their loyalty to Starbucks, as the company describes it. A Starbucks Odyssey web app will then feature a secondary marketplace to let stamp owners buy and sell them as they please. There will be incentives for users to collect these stamps, as the NFTs will boost a user's level in the Odyssey app and lead to potential rewards from virtual drink mixing classes to exclusive merchandise and access to private events.
That's
or
better.
A trip to Starbucks Costa Rican coffee farm. A portion of the proceeds from NFT sales will support undisclosed causes. The companies. I'm sorry. I'm an anti-Starbucks. I should not be reading this article. I don't like Starbucks, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to burst your bubble out there. I don't like Starbucks. In a tweet thread today, NFT marketplace Nifty Gateway said that it will power the Starbucks Odyssey platform, the market which is best known for an NFT collection from artists like Beeple and musician The Weeknd recently launched a publishers initiative that lets brands and creators develop their own NFTs drops using the nifty gateway tech. Polygon is an Ethereum sidechain that enables faster, cheaper, and more energy-efficient transactions than Ethereum's own mainnet can handle
Booyah!
alone.
Oh, wait. I don't care.
It has become a favorite of brand partners of late, with firms like Coca-Cola and Reddit launching NFTs on Polygon, plus Disney picked Polygon for its Web3 accelerator program this past summer.
Part of the problem
Stop.
with Polygon being better than Ethereum was just the fact that you could actually do transactions at a reasonable rate. So it's not just the fact that they're moving to proof of stake.
Well, they were also faster as well.
So I'm saying
I found
it's
them
faster.
to be faster.
Yeah.
Faster and cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, faster and
I had
cheaper.
no-
So there's plenty
I
of good
had
reasons.
no problem with Polygon. The only problem I had with Polygon was I made the dumb mistake of putting my Polygon on a rug pull. So that's
Yeah.
that was that had nothing to do with Polygon. That was just my poor decision making. Yes, I'm still human. I still fall for them from time to time. But yeah.
Squid
Anyways,
coin.
that's
Squid
it.
coin. Woohoo, squid coin.
No, I never did Squid Coin.
You were saying about Starbucks? Or you want to move
Go
on?
ahead.
All right. Let's move on. Let's go back to the potato. Crypto potato. U.S. Treasury Department users will need a license. A what? To withdraw funds from Tornado Cash. This is written by Felix Malone.
No. You know the office, that guy in the office, he's like, no.
Parkour. Sorry, never mind. On September 13th, I make this bigger so people can read it. On September 13th, that would be yesterday, the U.S. Treasury Department published a guide with a series of steps for citizens to follow, and because every citizen's going to follow exactly what they say to do. No. In order to withdraw their funds from Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash was a mixing service shut down on August 8th by the U.S. Treasury Department. This happened after investigations showed that the platform was used to launder money thanks to its transaction obfuscation features. Per the Treasury Department's guidelines, U.S. users of Tornado Cash must apply for a specific license from the OFAC in order to withdraw any funds deposited on Tornado Cash before August 8th. Yeah, exactly. Quote, U.S. persons or persons conducting transaction within U.S. jurisdiction may request a specific license of OFAC to engage in transactions involving the subject virtual currency, end quote. Users will also be required to provide at a minimum information about their transactions, including the wallet address of both the sender and the beneficiary. OFAC reiterated the sanctions on Tornado Cash, stating that U.S. persons are prohibited from engaging in transactions involving Tornado Cash, end quote. Therefore, using the platform would be considered a violation of U.S. sanction prohibitions. According to the OFAC, citizens can interact with Tornado Cash's open source code without violating government sanctions. This intends to end weeks of speculation and debate about the sanctions' extent and how they are to collide with free speech. Quote, U.S. persons who would not be prohibited by U.S. sanctions regulations from copying the open source code and making it available online for others to view, as well as discussing, teaching about, or including open source code in written publications such as textbooks absent additional facts, end quote. Tornado Cash tweeted that all of the... Sorry, you have something to say? Sorry.
Yeah, so basically what they're saying is that if you don't know how to do it, we'll help you get your money out, but you're going to have to provide identification. But if you're smart enough, if you're computer savvy, and you know how to click the download button, then you can withdraw your own cash because, the freedom of speech.
Yeah, freedom of speech, unlike all the other things we're doing. Tornado Cash tweeted all the organization GitHub accounts and those of contributors were banned. However, a fork of the code was preserved by John Hopkins on GitHub for teaching and research purposes. Here's a list of Tornado Cash resources that were banned. Tornado Cash at GitHub organization. Personal at GitHub accounts of Tornado Cash contributors. All USDC on Tornado Cash contracts at CirclePay. At Infura _IO RPC. At Alchemy Platform RPC, and the web address, I'm not going to read, domain at ETH _LMIO. Tornado Cash, tornado.cash, this is just a tweet information. So as Crypto Potato reported recently, the arrest of Alexei Pertsev one of the developers of Tano Cash, who was denied bail later on, sparked outrage in the crypto community to such an extent that Coinbase, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the U.S., funded a class action lawsuit against the Treasury Department to defend users who were affected by the sanctions. Vitalik Buterin and Paul Grewal, Coinbase's chief legal officer, claimed they used Tornado Cash because of its anonymity when making transactions, arguing that the platform allowed them to send donations to Ukraine without falling victim to Russian hackers or the country's government, which is a good reason for using an anonymous coin mixer.
There you go. Like we were talking about off air, man. It's all about the motive, right?
Yeah.
The code itself is not bad. It's not there to cause harm. It's not malware.
Nope.
Right? It's not a virus.
It's a privacy code. It's literally a privacy code. And it's there for many other uses than just money laundering. Yes, money laundering is what it is also used for. But, yeah. This is... Hold on a second.
Preach it.
What the hell is going on here?
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I'm just kidding. Someone's trying to call me on my other side. It's interrupting the podcast noise. Don't want to record it. My apologies to those who are listening. I apologize. I did not expect a call. So I muted the site. Let's move on. Yeah.
Okay. This is once again from CryptoPotato.com, Central Bank of Bahrain, to test Bitcoin payments via OpenNode. The Central Bank of Bahrain, CBB, is set to test a Bitcoin payment processing and payout solution in collaboration with OpenNode. According to the official press release, the BTC payment processor plans to provide the infrastructure for the solution. The regulatory sandbox... Do I have to read this? Is there, okay, I guess I read it. The regulatory sandbox was first launched in 2017, following which the CBB authorized OpenNode to participate in its framework that enables financial tech companies to test their ideas and solutions in the country. OpenNode's CEO and founder stated, quote, OpenNode's leading Bitcoin infrastructure solutions continue to pave the way for countries, governments, and reputable financial institutions to adopt Bitcoin standard and transaction on the Lightning Network. End quote. The new Bitcoin payment solution is part of Bahrain's digital economy in a regulated space. Dalal Bouheji, Executive Director Investment Development for Financial Solutions at the Bahrain Economic Development Board, said the initiative that is soon to be tested by the payment processor is essential and highlights the need for innovation while simultaneously adhering to the regulatory measures. After a decade of reluctance, several Gulf states, including Bahrain, have started to warm up to cryptocurrencies. The kingdom is also looking to attract centralized crypto exchanges. As such, one of the world's leading platforms, Binance, was awarded a crypto asset service provider license from the Central Bank of Bahrain. As reported earlier, Bahrain became the first country in the Middle East where Binance receives a green light to offer fully regulated services through the Cooperation Council for the Arab states of the Gulf. Well, congratulations, Binance. Awesome. And even more congrats to Bahrain to moving forward into to adopting crypto.
Yep. And our last article for the evening, until we can move on to this other big event. South Korean prosecutors launched new investigation in Terraform Labs by Mandy Williams. While the Terra UST $60 billion fiasco appears to be gradually dying down, South Korean prosecutors have revealed plans to launch a fresh investigation of the firm and its executives, according to a recent report by the Korean Herald. The Financial and Securities Crime Joint Investigation Team and the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office have met with several crypto experts and financial regulators to review Terra tokens. Per the report, Korean prosecutors aim to determine whether to categorize Terra's digital assets under securities, including its native token, Luna. For the longest time, financial regulators have been working to determine which crypto assets are categorized as securities and non-securities. While several experts argue that cryptocurrencies are securities since they can be issued like stocks, others believe they should be classified as commodity due to their decentralized characteristics. If Terra tokens are determined to be securities in the investigation, Terraform Labs, its founder Do Kwon, and other executives will be charged with violating the Capital Market Act. The firm and its executives are facing fraud and tax evasion charges leveled against them following the UST debacle earlier in May, resulting in the loss of over $60 billion in investor funds. The latest investigation comes as part of efforts by South Korean prosecutors to widen the probe into Terraform Labs and its co-founders regarding the cataclysmic collapse of Luna and UST. Korean authorities have scrutinized several individuals and entities related to the Terra case. Earlier in July, prosecutors raided the house of Terraform Labs co-founder Daniel Shen as part of the ongoing investigations. According to people familiar with the matter, the prosecutors' new decision would help the policymakers develop the country's legal framework for crypto regulation. So I guess that's probably a good thing. I mean, anyways, as per the report, United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) is expanding the scope of the investigation to Terraform Labs. The firm's DeFi platform Mirror Protocol is currently under the SEC radar for selling mirrored assets, Netflix and Tesla stocks in UST. So lots of stuff happening. Unfortunately, it was great when the price was high, but as soon as things started decoupling, oh man, everything went to hell in a handbasket quick.
For Terra, yeah. You know, if Do Kwon also took the hit, then that's not a problem. But I keep reading articles that people are more furious about Do Kwon and want him to be hanged because he took out like 100 million plus of like USD or
Really?
dollars.
Oh wow,
dollars.
I didn't think he kept swearing up and down that he hadn't taken anything.
Yeah.
But how do we know, right?
He does have like more than $100 million. I forgot the exact amount, but it was 100 million plus. That's sad, dude. It's sad. And then for him to be like, oh, I'm a victim as well. Yeah, you probably lost some, but you took a lot as well.
Right.
So.
Yep.
All right, Cryptonauts. We're going to wrap it up. We will be live streaming here the Ethereum countdown and talking about Ethereum.
Yeah, but before we go...
Of course, we do have a coin tree. You want to do that?
Okay, yeah. We have a coin tree with a whole lot of different coins on it. You can donate to any one of which is on that list. But we also have a lot of list of links to various social media and other places you could catch our media on, like Twitter and Odyssey. So you can check out that list, and Cointree keeps track of all of our lists, or all of our links, rather. And then we also have our t-shirt shop. Now it's just a t-shirt shop. Swag shop, which has two different versions of the same t-shirt and another shirt. It was an original shirt which we had, which was our Stack Sats and Hodl, after the name of the company, or actually after the name of our slogan, as well as Diamond Hands. Diamond Hands never sell, in multiple colors. Check those out if you want to get one, represent C3 Media and the Cointree as well. So with that, we always say at the end of the show, Stack Sats and Hodl.
And Hodl.
Adios.
Adios.